So you wake up, it's 9:23 in the morning, market opens at 9:30, and the first thing you do is you open up TikTok and go through your social media. Now it's 9:25, 5 minutes before market open. You get up, you go to the charts, you don't have anything prepared from the night before, and then exactly at 9:30, when you hear the bell, you have this dopamine rush that just causes you to enter a trade. And then next thing you know, you get stopped out, and then you enter another trade to make back the loss you just hit. Then you lose even more. Now, with all the money left in your account, what do? Do you make the logical decision and do you call it a day and get your ready for the day and understand that you cannot trade without being prepared? No, that's what someone sensible would do. What do? You go and you full port the rest of your money into a play, and then you wonder why you blow your account. Because there's no set routine and there's no set schedule and there's no set strategy. You're entering aimlessly and you're expecting to make money. You're expecting to play in the NBA Finals after you played 1 or 2 scrimmage games in your local park. It makes no sense. So today I'm gonna be giving you the best trading strategy, a strategy that's helped me make $10,000 turn into $230,000 in under 2 months with documented proof. This strategy is based around supply and demand, and this is the strategy I've been using for the past 3 years and constantly tweaking to keep bettering it every single year. This is the best strategy, hands down, for any beginner, intermediate, or advanced trader in 2023. So without further ado, let's get into it. So before you understand anything, you need to understand what is supply and demand. The literal definition of supply and demand is the amount of a commodity, product, or service available and the desire of buyers for it. Now, it's just like the economics class you took in high school. If you're selling something and there's people who want to buy it and there's a demand for it but very little supply, the price is going to increase. Just as if there's a lot of something that you're selling and no one's trying to buy it, then the price decreases. And that's no different from the stock market. If there's no sellers, the market will continue to push higher. And if there's no buyers and too many sellers, the stock price will push lower. So what is supply? Supply refers to the total number of stockholders who would be willing to sell their shares at a certain price. Now that you have an idea of what supply is, what's demand? Demand refers to the total amount of stock potential buyers who would be willing to buy at any price. Unlike supply, this means as the price goes up, fewer people are willing to buy. If we look at the total demand as a graph, it slopes downwards. Now that's cool and all, but how do you actually identify this using technical analysis and being able to chart it out so you know where buyers and sellers are in the markets? There's 4 ways to identify these zones: rally-based drop, and you have a drop-based drop. For demand, you have drop-based rally and a rally-based rally. So for supply, you could see we had a rally-based drop where the market rallied heavily, based, and then dropped aggressively, telling us that there are sellers present where the base is formed. And then for a drop-based drop, you'll see the market dropped, it had a basing point, and then it continued to sell off aggressively, showing that buyers tried to step in, were unable to reverse the price, sellers were stronger, and the market had a aggressive move to the downside. Similar with demand. Demand, you have a drop-based rally where the market dropped, had a basing candle, and continued a rally. You draw the same as you would a supply, but instead for the upside. But now, this is all very simple stuff, and if you guys need more help and more in-depth of what supply and demand is in its entirety, because that's not what we're here to teach today, I'm here to teach you the entry mechanism. But if you guys need help with supply and demand, click the second link in the bio. That'll take you to my YouTube course where I taught my entire supply and demand strategy and how to find supply and demand and how to execute supply and demand for free. So click that second link and you can watch it there. Now, how do you enter zones? For zones, it's very hard to find an entry. The best way to look for an entry is by playing structure. So what is structure in trading? Market structure is the behavior, condition, and current flow of the market. For an uptrend, the market would be making higher highs and higher lows, whereas in a bearish downtrend, it would be making lower lows and lower highs. And in a range, it creates equal highs and equal lows. And since we trade trend shifts with supply and demand, we have to be able to understand what structure is so we know how to play the shift. Once you understand this, you're going to be able to trade supply and demand like no other trading guru out there. So this is a checklist you need to have when you're trading supply and demand. Was the zone based off a strong move, If yes, then you can draw it. Don't draw zones where the market is consolidating down or consolidating up, where it's just very choppy movement to one direction, because that's not a clear indication of buyers or sellers. So make sure the move is strong. Once a zone is drawn, you have to understand, is it a fresh zone? Meaning, has that zone been tested after it's been drawn? Meaning that if there's a bunch of sellers, it gets retested again, those sellers' orders get filled and that zone becomes weaker. So you only want to trade fresh zone. And do you have any confluences? And that's where structure shift comes into play. So how do you place a trade with supply and demand? In this example here, you'll see we had a rally-based rally. And then on the 1 minute time frame, we went and traded into it. We were making lower highs and lower lows. Your entry for longs would be at that break of that higher high, and you can see the market continues on higher after that. So if you guys want even more in-depth video where I go over live trades, where I share my screen and I show you guys me placing the trades using this exact strategy, if you think that would be useful, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If we hit 15,000 subscribers, I'll be posting that video the day we hit it. And if you guys want to watch me trade live every single day, click the first link in the bio. You can join my free Discord, completely free, no charge. And you can see me trade live, host classes, and teach you guys how to trade better without having to pay anything. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to comment and be sure to like for the algorithm. And I will see you guys in the next one.